what are some of the signs that someone, is experiencing burnout? Well, Isha left the chat room. They left. Quiet quitting.
Right.
Or someone is just not happy in the environment they're in, whether it's in business, you try to grow, meanguka, you try, all those things. Yeah. And in corporate, someone who's like, it's no longer serving me. Yes. Yeah.
Burnout usually happens when you're in a high achieving environment where you're required to deliver, or when you challenge yourself to deliver. Maybe you're comparing yourself to your peers, and you want to work as hard as that person is working. You want to get as much recognition as that person has gotten.
Okay.
You get. However, while that is possible, personalities are different. Okay? So you need to be self-aware on what type of personality you are. There is a personality that cannot function without structure, clear guideline. So when they are in an environment that is not specific on the objectives, this person is lost, right? Yeah. Whereas there are those personalities that work well with being spontaneous and creative. So the individual needs to understand themselves first, okay? Then the organization where you're working, it's good to know whether you're compatible based on your values and on your cultures. Okay? So I had one of the panelists talking about Christian values. So if she's placed in an environment that does not uphold Christian values, they will not work. There are those who have Muslim values. If they're in an environment that does not uphold that, they will not work. And then there are those who are like me, I'll gel anywhere. However, these are my personal values. So this organization speaks to me because it has a purpose that aligns to me. So if you're in an environment that does not align with you, at one point you might have accepted it because you needed to survive.
Yes.
However, when now you meet that need, you start to realize, I'm being misused, or I'm not giving my best, or I'm not growing as a person. So burnout and balance. When an environment is toxic, when a relationship is toxic, that is when you will realize you're going through an imbalance. There are people who join the wheel and just run with it and they move on with life. We are all clapping and cheering and achieving. Good. But when there is toxicity, when do you realize, when do you notice there is toxicity? When there is no respect of you as a person. Or of your colleagues, right? Or of the goal and objective which you had set out. So maybe, in this case, there are people who are strict like accountants. You will not evade taxes. We have to pay taxes, right? And then you, as a business owner, you're like, hey, when we look at this tax, not in percentage as the amount, let's don't report it. You look for other expenses. So you find this accountant will be like, in case of anything, it will be my name on the line. So I'm not comfortable working here. So they'll start getting disgruntled. And in that case, they'll feel the toxicity and they will talk of an imbalance. Because for them to deliver 100%, something else has to give.
That's true.
And that's why I said, understand the phase you're in, okay? Because even in a relationship, say you're a mother, you're a wife, or even you're a child at your parents' home, regardless of your age, because these days, even you can be 30, still living with your parents. You know, your work, you could be in a phase where you need to give so much that you're not present a lot. So your partners, your parents, or your people around, communicate to them. So when you're at work and you've given all this and you're not receiving the reciprocal appreciation, then you start to talk about toxicity and you start to feel burnout. So what are the signs of burnout? My friend here and myself, we are alphas and grace. So we are those people who will be go-getters, right? So we call ourselves type A personalities. You'll be go-getters. But if you don't know that that is how you're cut out and you're different from everybody else, you'll expect the same from everybody else. So when everybody else cannot meet the allocation of responsibilities, then you will take up those responsibilities. When you take them up, then you're overwhelmed. How will you be overwhelmed? Psychologically, because you would have exhausted your thinking capacity. Emotionally, you will be triggered easily, so you will see a lot of anger issues, banging of doors, clicking, disorganization happening. So we are seeing signs now for those type A of no balance.
Yes.
Then for the reverse now, type B personalities who love structure, you will start to see them evading, avoiding, not committing, right? So that is a sign that this person is getting overwhelmed. Their mental resources have become over-exhausted, or their emotional resources are no longer there. Now, as a person, what is your experience? Because those are what we are seeing now. But internally, your experience as a person is that you will notice issues with your sleep, you will notice issues with your eating, you will notice issues with your mood. Some people will have issues with substance use. There are those who find food comfort over eating, right? So those are what will be happening internally. And also in terms of grooming, self-care, you know, all that will be affected.